Yes.
All right, everybody. What's going on, people? Welcome to this another Tuesday. So you know what time that is. It's time for those casual Reds. And we're the stateside Reds, represent Atlanta, Pittsburgh, LA, everywhere. We're gonna get to the introductions in 1 minute. But real quick, I just have to send a quick shout out and a thank you to our sponsor, Valorian and Malukian LLP. And they've changed venues. Everybody, they're no longer in Sherman Oaks, California. They are in Encino, California. How far is that from Sherman Oaks?
They're a little bit more they're kind of more luxurious right now. They're doing big things.
Okay. So you can find them at 15821 Ventura Boulevard, Suite 520, East Building, Encino, California, 91436. All right. And then the number for them is, first and foremost, what do? Listen, they've gotten judgments for 500,000, 400,000, slip and fall, wrongful injury, wrongful death, beating the feds. You know how hard that is. That's 96, 97% success rate. They'll beat the feds. That's Ike, Ashat, Vahe, and all the great paralegals, all the great lawyers we got there. And the number is 747-444-4444. That's Valorian, Manukian, Shakidian, LLP. Let's go. Shout out to Casey.
Hey.
Casey back in the States, everybody. Take it away, brother.
Yeah, hey, that was a massive introduction, by the way. You got Shagidian, that's massive, big time view. Your Armenian is getting so much better. Hey, gentlemen, this is another one of those stateside Red shows, casual Red show, probably the latest United show on the planet. If you can find one, we'll start later than them. But anyway, I am Case, back from my time away at sunny, beautiful Manchester. Who says it rains? I didn't see any rain. I don't believe it rains. And I had a great time, saw some good football. But I'm going to introduce this, probably the best stateside panel you could put together. Got my man Mikey, who is, I was going to say something, but he's right here. Well, go on, Mikey. That's weird, too.
I'm not on topic. I thought something poked me down. I didn't know what that was. What's going on, y'all? I'm sorry we didn't have a show yesterday, but back again, man. How's everybody feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm gonna pass it on to Jern, representing LA with me, the Valley. You know how we do.
What's up, man? What's up, Case? Good to have you back here in sunny California.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I slept all day yesterday, and so I feel back like my jet lag thing is cool. It's good to be back. Man, I'm still on the buzz, though. I'm still feeling man-ish, you know what I'm saying? I'm still feeling sound, as they say. And yeah, thanks for the warm welcome. Next to him is my brethren, representing Trinia, no doubt. Another Southern Red. What's going on? My guy, Ronaldo.
Dear Norma. Good to have you back.
Yeah, it's calm. It's calm. And then way over Vanessa, my brother representing PA Pittsburgh. Not the Super Bowl champion part of PA. I'm just joking. That's me. I shouldn't even done that. That's terrible. See how I start beef? But anyway, the guy
still have more than them, so it's fine.
That's true. One of the guys who keep it together. My guy Sean, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. I've just been swamped with work the last couple of days, man. I haven't been in the chair. I've just been so busy. And then my kid had his first soccer game today of the season, and then I'm going to be starting to help coaching them. So,
what kind of tactics you running?
Well, that's exactly what I said to my kid. I was like, I said he told my mom that I was going to be, helping coach him, and my mom went, "Oh boy." Because she knows exactly how I was at that age. It was just nonstop full go, just football. So
Yeah,
no,
you know.
so his team did well. They lost 3-2 with the last kick of the game, but
Yeah.
we're calling him Big E because he's 5'8" and he's 12 years old and he's in central defense. So
Wow, that's all right. Well, have fun though. You know, just remember it's their time. There's a lot of. I'm not telling you what to do, but what I've noticed when crazy coaches are the ones who are trying to relive something to their kid and not understand it's their moment actually. So,
no, yeah, it's
well,
his moment. Just having fun with
yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm all about like when I work with my nephew. I'm always about. Are you having fun?
Mhm.
It's a game. It's a game. We can make it professional when you get high school, but at this time it's having fun. But anyway, well, we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about some price hikes. We're definitely gonna get into is the team getting better. We got to talk about the young youth Haven and his injury. Hopefully, it's not too critical. Some players coming back. We'll get into all that. Bruno, a legend. We might talk about that. But first of all, we're going to talk about the most recent game against Leicester City. A 3-0 Clawton. Rasmus scored. Bruno scored, right? And Garnacho scored. I'm going to say I'm a little bit fuzzy on it because um, I was kind of in the plane as it was going on, so I didn't really get to peep it. But let's get everybody's opinions. Let's start with Jeremy. Let's go off the brand right here. Jeremy, what did you think about the Leicester City game?
Hey man, it's good to have Rasmus score. He looks prime in form to score 20 goals next season. So big up to Rasmus. Yeah. Nah, man. All joking aside, I'm happy for the big lad, man. It's like a sense of relief for him to get that goal. That was good to see. Have to give credit to Delit, man. He's been pretty consistent defensively, solid, especially on that one. I would say goof by like Lindelof when he got pushed. He had that wherewithal, the composure to just be that last man on defense to be able to save us and keep a clean sheet. And you already talked about Haven, the youth, man. He looks so promising as well. Being able to track back, having the speed, also the composure to get those tackles. And it's
Mm,
just sad to see him go down. But it's exciting to see that we have two young center backs that Amrim can mold and have them grow within this system. So that's exciting to see about the youth movement. And of course, again, seeing Garnacho get that goal, another youth player. So all in all, I like the fact that United stayed composed. Seemed like we controlled most of that game. So as know we're going to get to this topic a little later on, but it looks like there's some improvement and some building blocks that the team is making.
you know, one thing that you said that I like is Delit's consistency, and I truly believe when the season started on, if anyone feels about Delit, I felt that there was a media push for us to not to like him, to say he was overrated, to say there was a problem with him because he came from big clubs and they might have passed on him. But I can only think really Delit having one bad game throughout the season. So I like that you called Delit. You pointed out Delit's play. He's been very consistent, and I'm so happy that we have him. Um, Mikey, your thoughts on the match? Leicester City, 3-0 Clawton. Are you Rasmus Love? Is it Rasmus Love time?
I mean, you got to support the guy. He plays for Man United, so you got to support him. Hopefully, we'll bring a striker on next season that can put him under his wing, and they could be like a little partnership when one gets subbed on, or maybe they play together. I don't know, but good for him to score. It looked like a weight was off his chest once he scored, and that's sometimes what you, as a striker, that's what you need. You just need a little bit of rhythm. I think it's a rhythm position. It's like a quarterback. It's like you got to complete some passes first, and then you start feeling good about the game, seeing yourself in the game. I think it was good. I think I forget what his name. One of the Robbies on the coverage was talking about, once you score, when you don't score for a long time, you're in three minds, right? You're like, I need to take it this way. I need to hit it that way. I need to worry about this and that. The confidence isn't there. So, him scoring, maybe that'll settle him down a little bit. We can go on a little bit of a run. We've seen that he scored 16 goals last season. So clearly there's a player there that can be done. We just need to see it more often. What I'm happy about, I can't lie about what I'm super happy about, is that it looks like they're believing in the system a little bit. Like they're starting to work in the system. They're starting to look like I'm starting to see more of a style of play come together. Now, got to be respectful to Leicester and the level of competition that we got going on there. They stink. We've beaten them 4 times this season, right? They're going down. Whatever. The King Power was out of it. Didn't really hear too much out of them. But all in all, good win. Good way to go into the international break. And aside from Heaven getting taken out the way he did, which is sad, I think all in all, good news for the Reds.
Yeah, very good news. A lot of good news. I've all day been trying to track the Heaven story. Couple reports said that he didn't leave in crutches. They said he didn't have to go to the hospital. That our training staff feel like they can manage it. He left in a walking boot, no crutches. So I'm willing to believe it's not a break. Still could be some soft tissue issues or something like that. But Heaven seems to be positive about it, and the fact that he didn't have to go to a hospital means that probably I don't know, Sean. Do you think they still would do an MRI? They'd probably do an MRI.
They have all that. They have.
Yeah, we all that. But the fact that they didn't have to go to the hospital means there's
there's no break.
was not an immediate break or no immediate surgery needed. So
yeah.
Sean, your thoughts on the match? What did you think?
No, I thought the saying is you can only beat whoever's in front of you, right? So yes, we've beat them 4 times this year, but we've also struggled against teams like Bournemouth who are just as bad. So you can only beat whoever's in front of you. 7 goals in 2 games, positives, and we will keep talking about Rasmus. I didn't realize Garnacho hasn't scored since November.
Yeah,
he's his first goal since November. That's a longer goal drought. So for both of them to get on there, that was impressive. I want to touch on the disgraceful Arsenal fans. Did anyone see the Lisandro Martinez post today on Twitter? So the Arsenal fans said, rivalry aside, I hope Aiden Heaven's injury is serious.
Yeah, what do you expect?
But wait for the response. And Lisandro Martinez said, Arsenal fans love talking about ACLs until you ask why they haven't got a space CL.
I love it. That's loving it. And you know what?
It's just disgraceful, like, man. Like, come on, he left you. Like, you can't be talking about serious injuries like that.
This is a kid.
Yeah, but
it's obviously a sick person who posted that.
Yeah. I just like the response. I thought it was a great comeback. Yeah. It just shows the camaraderie between the team. To Mikey's point, though, on getting the system, they are getting the system a lot better. There has been some tweaks within it. He's not expecting the high press right now. He's going to wait until the summer. He dropped off from the high press, so he's kind of tweaked the system a little bit. But at the end of the day, it does show that he can tweak the system to get wins without compromising on the formation, which I thought was really good. So,
yeah, definitely, Amorims has progressively shown more flexibility. I think to piggyback on what you were saying about him tweaking it, I think a lot of us, I'm gonna put my hands up, get caught up on words when someone says, I'm not going to change who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And we still don't know who he is. So he's showing us, he's revealing more of himself and his flexibility and what it's going to take to win. And I'm definitely believing this is a guy because his mannerisms, I'm going to get you, Ronaldo, his mannerisms in interviews, it's like a quick-witted calmness about him. It's like he never gets rattled. He doesn't seem like he's out of his own realm. So
I will say this real quick, though. Wasn't it beautiful walking into the bar knowing that Liverpool had just lost the final?
Yeah.
It was so... As soon as... Because we have some Liverpool fans that come in our bar. As soon as I walked into that bar, they turned around and looked at me and went, shit, Sean's here.
We were on the tour at Old Trafford. There were some students from France, and one of them had on a PSG cap, and he got a standing ovation when he walked into the tour. Everybody's like, "Oh, PSG!" And they said, "You guys like PSG?" It was like, "We love PSG." We were like, "Yeah," and I think they gave him his tour for free. It was a true story.
Oh my God.
But anyway, Ronaldo, good points there though, Mikey. Everybody's got on it today. Ronaldo, your thoughts on the match?
Good day. Good that that we have a rabbit that we bully a team. You know, it was the fourth win against Leicester, and it felt comfortable. I feel like it felt comfortable right through. That was like the most satisfying thing about it. We were we were up on top of them was from the beginning. There, that Ericsson one. If that shot went in, oh my goodness, I jumped out my seat when he hit the post. That was a sweet shot. But yeah, it was a great game. Since Bruno's on a tear right now. Another good
Oh,
game from
is he?
Bruno. He's on a little tear. Since
Since what?
since he cracked that free kick against Everton in
No,
February.
Since Roy Keane chat shit.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it. And it's been take off from there.
Hey,
we
let's
haven't
just
lo-
ask Roy
haven't
Keane to
lost
take shit
since.
every weekend.
We haven't lost since. He's taking off. I like that, especially he knows that I mean, we've been on a roll with Ahmad. He's been like our best player all year. Ahmad got cropped, and Bruno has stepped up.
Real quick, did you guys hear that Ahmad's walking by himself now?
He could be back in April.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. Just shut him down for the season.
We need him for Europa.
Well,
man.
that
We got
depends.
final
If we're anywhere close to that UEFA Cup final,
he doesn't
no.
play in the Prem. He doesn't play in the Prem. Only
Yeah, he
Europa
doesn't
is
need to
his
play the
Shut him
Prem.
down.
I agree with Mikey and Sean at the same time. There's no need to rush him back. There's no need to rush him back at all.
If he in 100, absolutely not.
But I'm pretty sure. I think. Well, I don't trust Ineos, but I think our new medical department, hopefully, and Amron has his own physio guy who's probably going to assess him. So,
Yeah.
I trust that this new collective groups they might be like, nah, not worth
Did
it.
you guys see that the head of our medical quit last
He's
week?
good.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's one of the new ones.
Well,
too.
why? Does
Yeah.
any? Did
It didn't state why it just stated that he had quit.
Isn't that the guy we just hired from Arsenal? Maybe they were like, nah,
Yeah.
he ain't worth it either.
Yeah, the one that had started in the summer year, he quit.
Yeah, so well, we've learned that Ineos is willing to hire somebody and see if they don't work out and be like, oh, you got to kick rocks. It's not going to work because it could be enough people and enough it could be even Amron's like, I don't trust this guy. You know what I'm saying? It could be something like that. I don't know. Not speculating. But anyway. We are coming off in my group's presence a draw, 2 wins. We draw a very number 2 Arsenal. We drew we clotted a 4-1 Real Sociedad, who I thought or was led to believe is going to be one of our toughest opponents left in Europa. And then we dominated a team in the Premier League that we should have, this Leicester City team that's struggling. And it was pretty much all 3 impressive games. I thought we should have won the Arsenal game. We went down 1 against Real Sociedad and came back and scored 4 on them. And then Leicester City, we just dominated. So it leads to the question going to the international break, gentlemen. I'm going to start with you, Ronaldo. Is the Manchester United Football Club under Ruben Amorim getting better? Or is this progress?
Yeah, you have to say yes. We haven't lost in a month since the Spurs game. So that's progress, and we played proper opposition. You could probably say we should have beaten Fulham as well at home, right? We drew with them 1-1.
Yes, we should have been.
And yeah, we probably should have won that game. And most of the draws, the Arsenal game, we should have won. I know the vibe in that stadium was probably rocking for that game, wasn't it, Casey?
Yeah, it was great watching Arsenal people walk out disappointing and chatting Ross Clot and Bomba Ross, Pussy Ross. Excuse my mouth, but it was a lot of yardies going off about Clot this and Clot them, and
they almost got clotted.
Wasteman Clot and Clot. So we were just giggling. And we were the same. Just watching them walk by Flex was like giggle thing. But yeah, it was vibes. We left the stadium happy because you got to remember there was a protest It was a negative vibe, and the team could have made us walk out charged up, but everybody was smiles and in good spirits, and we got to just put that to the performance on the field.
Exactly. So even at Sociedad, we should have won that game. You know, we got jobbed with that penalty call, the Bruno
Yeah.
penalty. Yeah, I feel like we should have won that game too. So
Oh yeah,
you know,
I didn't even include that one into our
yeah,
run of
I think
form. Yeah,
I think we should have
sorry.
won that game. But yeah, we're on the up, and I
And
definitely believe, you know, with the break, we got, you know, a week or two. We got some old heads and some young heads coming back. I think we have Maguire back. Dante should be up and running.
Mount will break his leg somehow.
Mount might be ready, but we'll see. They say
He was
Shaw's
on the
coming
bench
back
for the weekend.
soon. Yep, Mainu might be back soon as well.
Mhm.
And so we're on the up. However, I'm a little squeamish because that April gauntlet looks real tough, guys. I mean, we started Forest on April Fools at Forest. Then we
it was a
have
good club.
yeah, that's a third place. They could come second if Arsenal fucks up. We got the Manc Derby the following Sunday. Then we have Lyon, Newcastle, and Lyon. So that's a tough 5 games right there. So hopefully we train up, everyone gets integrated, everyone's healthy, and we find our best 11 and we go forth. Of course, I think we should definitely put the priority on the Lyon ties, but tell you what, we have some really good games before to get ready for them. It's gonna be tough. So let's see if we're ready.
Sean, I remember I can't see the messages the way I got my thing set up. So if there's anybody chanting and they want to say something,
On a
please
YouTube.
jump in and
Yeah,
interrupt.
I'll read out some of the chat. We got Beto saying the youth will save us. Same person. No one is talking about how we haven't lost in 7 games. Mr. Green, welcome back, Mr. Green. Good evening, boys. Beto saying Ronaldo on our side with Mikey sounds like you are speaking with your hands over your mouth. Beto, 4 draws, 3 wins, no losses in the last 7. So the chats we got there.
I really enjoyed Mr. Green's story and
Yeah, Mr.
where
Green's
he
a good one.
lives. Wow, boy,
Mm-hmm.
it sound cold where you from, ID.
It's cold up there.
It sound cold up
Holy
there, bro,
shit.
but I respect it, man. And I love your story becoming a red, Mr. Green. I think that's legit, and I love how you found the channel and you stuck with us. Once we start doing Patreons and stuff like that, I don't know. I feel like you're part of the crew, Mr. Green. I don't know because you did a great job. Great
He was,
job. I just want to
Always.
salute you.
he was better than half y'all.
Yeah, for
I
reals.
was driving a rally for that
No
game.
lies.
I was
He
driving a
came in.
rally for that. It was a really good show.
He came in calm and composed. Delivery was smooth, on point, all that. So
Right.
salute, Mr. Green. All
I just
right,
want
so
to say,
let's go.
I just want to say on that, that's the power of this community. Everyone here that's listening on Stateside Reds, we just want to keep this community growing, not just stateside, but look, North America and Europe, wherever you're at, listen in, tune in. Your voice is heard. We read out the comments. We want to make this feel a part of a community that you got your voice is heard too.
Yeah,
Facts.
we have no boundaries.
Facts,
We're trying to
bro.
get South America, Central America Reds going too. If we can get that popping.
I saw
Um,
that y'all had the Mexican Red Army.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
we
man, I
did.
seen that with
Shouts to the Mexican Red Army,
yeah,
man.
man, I seen that with Bandito, right? Damn.
Yeah, that was a good link up right there. They were in our group at the tour, and we just chatted with them, and they said they're gonna check out the show when they get back. They're still out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're still out there. They're about to go to Spain and watch some football too. So we got Ronaldo. Let's go and get Mikey. You think this team is getting better? Do you think it's
Um,
fool's gold? Do you think we should be?
I'm not sold yet. I know some of these guys are still pretenders in this club. I'm not. I've had too much PTSD with believing that we've turned to turn the corner when we haven't. I think, like what Ronaldo said, I was gonna say this. This next month of worth of games, we got 6 games from the 1st to the 20th, right? That's gonna show where we are. That's gonna be we got the top of the table, and then we end it with Wolves, and Wolves have had our number for a little bit of time, right? We've they've been playing us pretty tough. So if we can win that tie at Lyon, straight past Newcastle, who just won a title their first in 70 years, and they're probably going to be up for it. Another top of the table. Beat City and close them out for the season, and then show a good matchup against Surgeon Nottingham Forest that have I don't know what they're doing. That's so because they have a mid amount of guys over there, sir. Like all of those guys are mid, but they play with intensity. They play together. They play as one unit. They play a great style of silky football, and they're not necessarily the most tactical side, right? So if we could get through it, I'd say 4 out of these 6 games, and I'm like, you know what, Amorims really changed, or these guys have really bought into it. Right now, I think we're just doing. I'm not going to boast about 4 draws and 3 wins, but it's good. It's a start. Yeah,
it's better. The performances are better.
It's a start. I'm not. These guys have let me down so much. Every time I get up, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be because I do this to myself every time. It's almost like it's sadomasochism at this point. Where I get up and I'm like, and I do it every week when it's game time. I might have my doubts from Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday comes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. We beat anybody in this, but I don't care if it's Real Madrid. I don't care if it's fucking PSG. And then we get smacked, and then my head drops a little lower than it was the week before. And, I start contemplating things. So, we're going to take it one step at a time, one goal at a time, 1 minute at a time, and just say kudos to the boys for putting together a run of games.
I feel that. Jerm, what positives are you taking from this?
I'm taking positives that we were able to beat a Spanish team, in the Europa. We haven't been able to do that. I get it. They had 10 men, but it took us. I mean, it took United, their front people, and mainly their attack, being on the front foot, applying pressure to be able to put them in that situation. Also to get those penalties and just put them under pressure. So that just goes to show that Amorims just wants to attack. That's what we like to see. And I'm taking some of the positives out of this. I understand the competition that we're playing, but I'm taking the positives out of this that the team is actually buying in. Now, like this has been said before, these next run of games, that's going to be tough. We're going to get City, Nottingham Forest, and then Lyon. Lyon's at 5th right now, but still, you can't knock that off. The Europa is the most important thing. So these next run of games, it's really going to tell us more so how much they've improved, really, for me.
Yeah, and you got to look at things. Amorims definitely getting more time. I look at things like there's actually more. In some weird ways, we've gotten more athletic over the last few weeks. With Dargu playing more, when Haven playing in the center back, with Maserati in the center back, with DeLit, that's fire right there. And I know we're putting too much in the young kid, but they're more athletic than Harry Maguire. They're more athletic than Victor Lindelof. They're more athletic than who am I missing?
Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans. And Lissandro Martinez, bless his heart, but he was actually, some probably lost a step. So it could be.
He started playing well when he got hurt.
Yeah, he did. He
had a good run.
He did, but on the play he got hurt, he was in a situation where someone gave him a little da-da-da, and he blew a tire. And I'm not gonna disrespect Lissandro Martinez, even though I think he's one more injury away from being on the we gotta get rid of him list. But I love the guy, I do. But Sean, your thoughts on our progress under Amorims? Is it?
Touch on your point. I think we're getting faster because the younger kids are playing.
Exactly.
They got more energy. They haven't played all season, and they're just showing more fight because everyone knows like next season, a lot of these players are not going to be here, and that includes the youth academy.
Yeah,
they need to fight for their place to be on that bench next season. I want to touch on Mikey's point. You're talking about Forest, right? You're talking about a bunch of kids who are mid, who are putting it together. Doesn't that sound like Amorims' team last season? then that's what, and I'm telling you, that's what we're going to get next year, because you ain't getting 40, 50 million stars next year. We're getting 25, $35 million players, and I'm calling it right now. You may get one player, maybe a striker who's worth a lot of money, but we're getting young, talented, upcoming stars like Dorgu, and that's what it's going to be next year. And hopefully that's going to propel us to, get in the top 7. I still believe we'll get top 5, but I'm gonna say top 7.
Top 4.
I said top 5.
Oh, top.
I said
5.
I said we're finished. I put the money on us finishing 5th. So, I think we'll still get top 5. But then again, you're gonna look at big teams. City, we're going to be spending big. Liverpool going to have to spend big to combat them 3 players leaving. But isn't it funny, Manga? When we come back from this international break, we've got a month and a half left of football till the season's over.
Yeah, it's
Finishes on the 25th of May.
the one good thing we have, we got some football going, but the Premier League has not become a pressure situation. Of course, we want to see them play well and compete.
Yeah.
But it's not the pressure cooker that it is, and it looks like Liverpool's going to run away with it. I hate to say it. The league is pretty much a
really
wrap.
good thing today.
But at least we have something to fight for, is winning Europa and getting into the Champions League, and that would be the best banter they could give us as United supporters.
3 finals and 3 seasons. Come on.
I would definitely
love it.
Wear it on my sleeve. I would,
Against
Can
Tottenham.
Arsenal say that? Nope.
Arsenal can't say nothing.
Tottenham are not making that final, dude. They're horrendous. The fact that they only just beat that team, no. I don't see them making that final.
So it's winnable. I think the toughest team. We're gonna play? What is it, Lyon? Then in our bracket?
No, actually, no. If we,
might be.
Yeah, we have to play Athletic. If
Athletic,
Bilbao.
We beat Leon most likely.
Well, that's if they beat Rangers, because Rangers are looking good too right now. So they might not beat Rangers.
Scrappy win.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But we beat Rangers, so I'm feeling good about Rangers.
We also lost to Spurs 3 times this season.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going
That's why I'm not
By 3 goals each time.
Yep. Spurs have clotted us 3 times this year.
mind you, those 3 games pretty much come right as Amorim was kind of becoming the new manager and had time to train. So I'm not going to read too much into the Spurs situation.
It's a shame what Amron had to go through, because you got to figure his first month, it should have been his preseason, and he was in a Premier League battle where this team was trying to find its way. We were going through injury situations. We had the Rashford situation, the Anthony situation. So his preseason should have been calm, get to know players, but he was in a pressure cooker. He was asked to do stuff, and then go ahead, Sean.
But I'm still glad that the United did this, because this is where we would be next season. December is where we would start. We would start off next season. Like, yes, he would have new players, but he'd still have to get the players, learn the players. The base team would still have to learn the system. I'm glad that he's come in now. He knows who he's keeping. He knows who's going. He's going to have an idea of the players that he wants in. I'm not saying that he's going to get all of them, but he's going to have an idea of the players he wants in. And he's going to have an idea. So when they come in, the base team already knows how to play the system. And that's what worked out for Man United this year. I'm so glad that United actually did it.
That's a fair point. I'm going to just keep it real. When it first happened, I was disappointed that they put him in that situation. But when you see guys like Harry and Moss get some time, Cheeto get some time, Haven, and then Jack Fletcher is supposed to be next. Collier, we didn't talk about Collier. That's another youngster who I felt like he cemented himself with the first team. So these young kids are saving us dough. They're giving us quality depth of players who get it. They're not even hitting the profiles market where we want to have guys between 23 and 25. That's what they're saying, 23, 26.
Yeah, DeLitte's only 24. We forget.
Yeah,
that.
so, this team is turning into a nice, young, prosperous team. And it looks good now. I don't know how anyone else felt about it, but I can honestly say when that first happened, I was so pissed off at Ineos for putting Amron through this. But now, Amron's pretty much got through the storm. He's pretty got through the. What do you think, Mike? He's pretty much got through what he said is the suffering. Now it's like we're feeling this
I don't know
a
about that.
positive vibe happening.
I
I
don't know about
love this.
that.
I love this because all it takes is 1 or 2 losses, and y'all will not be feeling this way. It's very hyperbolic. I love it. I love it. You
Um,
guys are very easy to sway.
no,
I
but
don't think it's over yet. I think he has to get through this month, and then because
April.
if he loses 5 of these 6 games, we'll be back at this part. Being like, man, what the hell? We should have signed him in the summer. And da 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 da. It's only because it's
Yeah,
working
but I've
out
always
a
been
little
like
bit
that,
now.
Mikey.
So
You know me.
I'm not gonna be hyperbolic here. I don't think it's over yet. I think it's too
so
close
you
to-
still think there's suffering to come?
I still think we have some licks to get. We still have some licks to get. This team
Mhm.
isn't good. We've been able to stretch to figure some stuff out, but it's against ne'er-do-well sides outside of Arsenal, who Arsenal should be slapping us. It's kind of weird that we show up for that, but anywho, it's against ne'er-do-well sides in different competitions, right? For the most part. So, like I said, I'm happy that we're winning. I don't want to sound like I'm mad that we're winning, but I've been hurt too much by this team to feel like these last few results have predicated this massive revival in morale and gotten this have cleaned up Amorim's past as far as what he's been able to go through. I think there's still some suffering still to be had with this last month and a half of football after we come back. So it's nice. It's nice, but you know, I gotta see it, man. I'm not because you guys
Anybody
are
else?
the first ones to get mad, bro. Y'all are the first
Jeremy,
ones to be fucking
well,
pissed.
I did say when it first happened, I was not happy with the situation.
Which is
But
fair. I'm not telling you what to feel or not. I'm
but
just saying
what's
2 or 3
helping
results,
me?
we will not be talking like this.
Yeah,
What's
but
helping me though is the bright lights in players that we're now seeing. I think injury is the biggest thing that's going to hurt Manchester United right now.
Facts.
And we're going to get into Heaven and his injury because he was such a bright light. But I'm going to get Jeremy and Ronaldo. You guys' final thoughts on what Mikey just said, that there's still some suffering to come.
You want to go ahead, Ronaldo? First?
No, you go ahead, G.
Oh, I understand where Mikey's coming from too. I'm just trying to be optimistic and trying to see the glass half full. The one thing that kind of caught me when you said, Casey, that like the suffering is over. I don't believe the suffering is over. I don't know when it's gonna come or if it's not, if it is or if it's not. I'm just kind of taking it game by game as well, understanding that I do see some other progress, but I'm not gonna be surprised that if in the next 3 games we lose 2 out of the next 3 and we're knocked out of Europa. I'm gonna be like, damn, it's just kind of what this team kind of just had. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not trying to like have my expectations so high because I know what this team is also capable of. We've seen it before, but again, I'm trying to stay optimistic.
Real quick before you say something, we've only lost 4 games since January the 1st.
3 games.
Yeah, I know that.
How many games have we lost this season?
Yeah, but and we're not going to
That's-
count that because we're a different manager. We're counting this manager. 4 games.
Hyperbolic.
I'm not saying that we need to get like you're right, Mikey. I don't think it's over, but you can also look at it like, hey, this is a positive. We've only lost 4 games since what's this 18th of March. Since the 1st of January, we've lost 4 games. That's not bad considering the injuries that we've had, and we've had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm trying. Me. I'm always looking on the positive side. I see that as a positive, but I also understand, Mikey. We are going to get some heavy losses for the rest of the season, but I also see it's going in the
good.
direction.
That's the thing. I don't think we're good. I think we're still this whole season. What have I said consistently? I don't know what our level is. I've said that. I still don't know. When we go up and beat an Arsenal or draw with an Arsenal, which we should have won that game, right? And then like turn around, do what we did to Sociedad in the second leg. And it's like you want to feel like, hey, but I just still see a side that's very inexperienced, injury riddled, and wilt when the side of pressure. We wilt. We still have some weakness in us. We still have some flaws in us. We're not resilient yet. There's certain sides you could look at and be like when Liverpool play, right? And they go down, like they just lost. But for most of the season, even when they're down, they look like they're going to score a goal. They look dangerous. Even when they're down 2 goals, they look like they could come back.
They've only lost 3 games all season.
we hardly have anything like that. We hardly have those kind of stones. And that's what I kind of grade this team off of. What kind of stones do we have? All right. Well, even Arsenal shows it. They go down, they find a way. Before we was complaining to Arsenal, they only score set pieces. That's how you score. They found a way. They find a way to beat a team 7-0. They'll figure it out. Whereas, I don't think they survived Real Madrid, but I just don't feel like we have that yet. I think Amorims is going to instill those intangibles into the team, but right now we're surviving, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did get our ass kicked a few more times.
Yeah, I think we did show a little bit against Real Sociedad though, going 1-0 down. We did show a little bit of fight to come back and win that game 4-1. Now, all 4 of those penalties were atrocious, including the first leg. All of them were atrocious, but we showed fight and came back. I do believe we did show some signs of fight in that game. I agree with you though, Mikey. I don't think it's over and it's not fully there yet, but we did show some fight within that game.
I think it's a matter of April. Some tough games. It seems like we get up for the tough games too. We drew Scouse.
Don't tell Mark Green. Don't tell Mark Barry that. Mark Barry said we don't get up for it. We're always up for every game.
No, we don't get up for the Brighton game got smacked. Spurs got smacked. But we beat City. We drew Liverpool.
Southampton, we were getting smacked until the 86th minute.
Ahmad pulled us out the Monday night game. So
we were up for it.
So as you said, we're a middling team right now, and it's just a matter of getting that good consistency. And in the last 4 weeks, I feel like, results-wise, we've been consistent. You could say some of the performances, like the Fulham game, was a little off, but we managed to scrap back, and Bruno scored that goal and drew the game. So I feel like, we're scrappy for sure, but it's scrappy in a good way right now, getting the results. We haven't lost in a month, which is pretty good, and this one's going to be a tough one. So, once again, I think we need to keep the priority on Lyon. That's a moneymaker right there, Europa. So we're going to have to, I'm going to use Amorims' words: survive against Forest, survive against City, survive against Newcastle. I don't care. We should beat Wolves. We got to beat Wolves.
I think that was a genius thing for him to say too, hey, we're just going to survive, because that kind of puts the team in this little place, all right, everybody's saying that we're going to lose. Everybody's expecting us to lose, so we have nothing to lose. And I feel like I feel like mentally that's a big thing for players, right? Nobody expects us to win here, so let's just go out and play. Let's just go out and show it, and you get it out of your head of how technical you need to be. Every pass isn't overthought, overcooked, or you're not thinking about too many things in that moment. And I think that's what happened to them. And we went after Arsenal in that second half. If anybody didn't watch that game, we went after them, and it hasn't been serving us to go after teams like that.
I don't know why, because Bruno strung up that keeper. That's why, and we took off from there. I think it's all about belief, and you gotta give the big man props, man. The Capitan, he's dragging the team along.
Man, he waves his hands in the air, man. He throws his hands in the air.
I feel like we've all had something bad to say about Bruno's attitude at some point, but I don't know, deep down we know his heart is in the right place. Dude doesn't want to lose. Dude doesn't want to lose. Yep.
I know how I always felt like he could be better than what he was. So I flagged Bruno off in the past because he's been inconsistent, and he'll tell you that. He'll tell you he's been wildly inconsistent because he's a volume player that needs the ball and needs to try things, and he needs to try things 30 and 40 times a game. He's not like a Pirlo or like a Iniesta or any one of them man there that every time it looks like they touch the ball, magic is going to happen. No, Bruno needs to misplace a few passes. He needs to spray a ball into the stands. He needs to, fling his arms around and smack the ref on the leg and throw his shoe and all that stuff in order to be great.
And then the world he comes.
And then he gets us a goal out of nowhere and we're back in the game. That's just what it is.
Rasmus
leadership just
win
different with different people. Different leadership.
What did you say, Sean?
I said Rasmus Højlund's going to win as the Europa League.
Well,
That will be the
that's funny.
story.
I think that's when we talked about there's still suffering to come. I think it's. I really don't really believe it's. I'm prepared for Premier League defeats. I
Yeah,
think the only thing that could really hurt us now is really going out early in the Europa, or even going out in Europa. I think a lot of us would like to win that for various reasons and obvious reasons.
I just want to get to the final. If we just get to the final and we lose, I'll be okay with that. I can live with that.
I could live with it. I
I can
definitely
live.
could live with it,
I can
but
live with
that would still hurt. But
because
I don't.
we would have gotten into a tournament halfway through the season. I'm sorry, Casey. I'm gonna let
No,
you
no,
have
you
the
good.
last
No, no,
word.
you good. You good.
He
You
would have
good.
gotten to a tournament halfway through the season and made a final in the first quarter of his stay at Man United. That's big for him. You know. Now, granted, you always want to win it. I'm just saying, if we just got to the finals, 3 finals in however long, and with the
3
worst
years.
United side in history, come
Yeah,
on, man.
that is an accomplishment.
4 finals in 3 years. We
That's
lost
an
one.
accomplishment. But the only thing I think that could hurt us are injuries. But we're getting better in some positions. Some guys are coming back. But there was an injury to a promising player who seemed like he was starting to get his groove. He got his debut versus Arsenal. He got trusted in a big game against Real Sociedad, where many of us, including myself, thought this might have been the biggest game of the year. And he handled himself well. And then he got his start against Leicester City in another game, and he was flying till the injury came. But tell me, Sean, how you felt when you saw that injury of
I
Aiden
thought, yeah,
Haven.
I thought it was a break. When I saw that air cast come out, I instantly thought he broke his leg. You're right. He left the stadium on a boot. So I'm going to hope, as the hope man I am, that a 2-week break is going to give him some time. I've got a feeling that the fact that he walked out on a boot and also didn't go to the hospital, that it may be an ankle sprain, which
High ankle,
sometimes can be worse than
That's
sometimes can be worse than a break, to be honest with you, with the pain
Yeah,
of
it
it.
can be.
So
I mean,
I'm,
he had
I'm
no crutches, so I mean,
yeah,
if you couldn't put weight on it, he would have crutches on. So the fact that he had no crutches, I
yeah.
think,
I think it's just
at least 2 weeks. So we'll see him soon.
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I think we'll see him before the Leon game at least, which is good for me. And I think we really need him. I think he's gonna save us a lot of money next year on
Oh,
buying
my
a centre
goodness.
back. I tell you that. I still think we need another centre back to replace the 2 outgoing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still think that we don't need 2 anymore. I think he's a really exciting talent, and the fact that we got him for what, $1 million is just
1.5.
insane.
1.5.
1.5 million is insane. But I
Thank
can
you,
also
Peters.
see why he wanted to leave Arsenal, right? Arsenal have got possibly the best back line in Europe right now. He wasn't going to get in that team with Gabriel and everybody else, Saliba. So I understand why he left. But, stealing them and Obi, I think is a real steal. And it just goes to show how we're focusing on that young, good talent. And that's going to come in the Europe in the summer too. I think that young, good talent's going to come in. And I don't think we're going to even fight for the Premier League next season. But the season after, if he can keep these young, talented players and keep them coming in over the next 3 windows, should I say, I think we got a real shot in 2 years. I don't think we'll win it, but I think we got a shot.
Yeah, I had the pleasure to go to the U21s. There's some talent,
There's a lot of
electric,
talent.
electric talent, and units, big kids. Not
Mhm.
They look like they fit the part. Like whoa, like so.
Mantato, Lusale.
Yeah, he's
Tony,
extremely electric. He's different. He's different gravy. That one is different gravy because
Which one?
Bendito.
Mantato? Yeah.
Yeah, when he gets the
Bendito
ball,
Mantato.
he stays fast with the ball at his feet and it's control. So it's crazy how he's blowing past people.
I've seen
Jeremy,
Bandito play.
you seen him play?
No, I said I've seen what's his name? Bandito play.
Oh, okay. Jerm, your thoughts on the whole Aiden Haven's situation, his progress and his injury?
Hey man, it was sad to see him go down because you were seeing something with him in that short span, especially in that game, right? You can see the talent flash on the screen, the athleticism, you can see it. So it's disappointing to see him go down, but the good thing, like it's mentioned, it doesn't look like it's that serious. But man, that looks like with him, with Euro and the lid and the back line, just add another center back, and we should be pretty good up in the back line, especially like you mentioned, Sean, going younger. That looks like that's the Amarim type of way. He just wants to go young, athletic, just get athletes all around the pitch. And it's no coincidence that as you're seeing more athletes in this Amarim system, we're starting to look a little faster, a little bit better, much more control in the ball. That just goes to what he wants to do. He just wants to get athletic and young.
I got a question for you. After Mikey, you can answer whenever. Would you play him over Martinez right now with Lenny Yoro and Delit?
Who? Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking us? Or are you asking everybody?
Yeah, I'm asking the whole panel.
Nope.
I think it's too early to say it. The sample size is just too small, and Lissandro has.
I
been
agree
able
with
to
you. I
show
was just
in a
getting
longer
that question out.
Yeah.
The
I
Sandro
can see it like in
Martinez
1 or
scoring
2
all
years.
of
I
our
can see it
goals
like in
for
1 or
us.
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't play him over, but I would have no problem pulling out Lissandro at like the 70th minute if I feel like we need some legs
games in
and
the bag.
trusting the
Yeah.
kid to finish the game.
I'll take out Lenny Euro and let Heaven play.
One
What?
thing low key that I've seen
What?
too with
Yeah, if
Yeah,
we're making
Heaven.
a sub, he would be my sub. I'd take Euro off. I'd take youth
Mm.
for youth. Because
Oh, okay.
Martinez is scoring goals for us at this one point. Like,
Yeah, but the problem is Hayden Heaven's a left-footed defender and he can't play on the right side.
hey, I'm just saying. You asked me a question, it wouldn't be Martinez that goes.
He played on the right side versus us, didn't he?
Who?
In that
With
Aiden
Heaven.
Heaven when he gave up the goal
No, he
against
was
Rasmus.
wandering over to the right side. He played on the left.
Oh, but he was covering for
He
somebody.
wandered over to the right, yeah, but he plays the
Yeah.
left.
Okay, because I remember it was on the right side.
Yeah.
But he probably got him caught in the middle. And then the thing is, before we go, what I got to bring up? Ronaldo talk about the kid. One thing he shows his awareness because there was a play against Leicester City where I saw where he got beat, but then he wheeled himself around to put himself in a better position. And it was the same situation Rasmus scored on him, where instead of wheeling and getting position like a DB would, I hate to bring in that sport, he tried to outrun Rasmus to a position, and it just the angle wasn't good. But when he wheeled and put himself in a better position, get a better angle, show some awareness, show some good awareness from the young lad. So, what do you
Casey,
think about? Yes,
let
sir.
me, I don't want to interrupt you, but let me get some of these comments in because this question
Please,
that
please,
Tom
please,
posted.
please.
Well, the last one is Mr. Green said, I would have no problem having Lissandro as a defensive mid to have Haven play.
Yeah.
That was your answer. But going back a little bit more.
Haven or Heaven? Which one is
Sorry,
it?
Haven. Is it Haven or Heaven? I don't know.
It's
Heaven.
Aiden.
It's
Yeah,
Heaven.
Aiden Heaven.
Heaven?
I've heard it
Yeah.
said it's not just y'all. I've heard it said 6 different ways.
No, it is. It's pronounced Aiden Heaven, like the sky.
Oh, okay. Got it. Heaven. So then Beto going back, he said if Lyon don't win the Europa, they might face the same future as Bordeaux, however you spell that.
Yeah.
Bordeaux. And then he says, since we made it to the next round, that adds 21 mil to our transfer budget in the summer. I think the last round of the 16 and up, we have been knocked out by Spanish sides. Then Mr. Green, I think the repetition and training is starting to pay off. Beto, our youth 18 is now playing in U21s. Our youth 16, 17 is playing as U18s. We even have a 15-year-old playing him in the U18.
That's Amir Ibrahimov.
Green said, I'd settle for a Gibbs White. And then Beto, depending on how the UEFA leagues finish, there could be 11 English teams next season across Europe, 5 in Champions League. So I'll take 5th place. And then Mr. Green, Sean is right. Right now, he is assessing with an eye for next year. He will incorporate the youth next year. And then Beto, last one, Montato will get a chance at first team this season. That's the word in the street. That's the word on the streets.
Gotta trust
Okay.
Beto. Beto's on the pulse of it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Here,
listen
here we
Beto's
bet
tweet.
to.
Yeah, here we Beto.
I like that number. If we keep moving on into Europa, we're getting some money added to the kitty.
Yeah.
Um,
You wait till you see how much we get if we win it. We
yeah,
get
that's
money for winning it and the money for Champions League next year.
And
It's
then
great.
just the ratings that we're gonna get just from being in it will be more than the Champions League final. Promise. Because look, 1 year we were playing Barcelona in Europa.
That was Europa, yeah.
And then there was a Champions League game the day before, right? And it was a real, I forget who was playing, it was a real good one. We doubled the ratings of that. Now, granted, it was Barcelona and Man United.
Yep.
But think about it. And
Like
that wasn't even like that was a second leg game in Barcelona. So that's gonna be huge.
it's a good accomplishment for our coach to what he's doing if he wins Europa. I think that I mean, we'll be in the Champions League bracket and we can entice some players. It might really help out. I know it might. It will. So I'm excited. I want to win it. I
There's a
remember I
lot
was
of
just
players
saying.
that won't come next year if we're not in the Champions League. Gukres won't come. Osman won't come. There's a lot of players that will not come to Man United if we're not in the Champions League next year. So
Yeah, I think Gukresh has already been let it be known he wants to play for a Champions League team, and I think Osman's on. Oh, I mean, why not? These are top line players. They're
Yeah.
the best strikers out there. They should want to. They should want that, and they shouldn't want to just come to a team for money. They
No.
should really want to go to a team that's competing.
Come to Man United and make it happen. How about that?
How you feel
No,
about the
no.
situation, Ronaldo?
Well, I just said what I just said. I think they should come through, man up, be with Man United, and bring us glory. But reality is reality.
Yeah, football's not like that no more.
Yeah. But, you always say, "Oh, he was a Man United fan. He always was."
We say
Hoping
it's
for
not
us
like
to
that
win.
no more. Back in the day, these guys didn't want to back in the day, there was guys that didn't want to play in the North because their wives would be like, "Hey, can you go to a London team?" Like dozens of players were doing that through the years.
I think that's still
They
going
didn't
on.
want to
Tough.
play in. They didn't want to play in Sunderland. They didn't want to play in Newcastle. They didn't want to play in Manchester because ain't shit up there.
That's
as
one of the
far as-
reasons we lost Kenda. You know
Yep.
that, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Besides
So,
the fact he didn't want to play,
They were
wing back
doing that in the
anymore.
'90s, and Roy Keane even said something about it. Roy Keane was like, "These guys are weak. They're letting their men, they're letting their women decide what he was saying stuff like that when he coached Sunderland. He said stuff like that. So
that's
like that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regarding the Europa League, though, there's only one player that really scares me. That's Nico Williams, man.
Oh, Nico.
Nico Williams the other day.
Bilbao's gone.
Oh boy, was he on fire, dude! He
Um,
was that last game. Well, I think he got a hat trick, I believe. He was on fire, dude. Leon, they don't scare me too much. They're sitting in
Ryan
fifth.
Cherky, though.
Yeah,
Ryan Cherky.
Leon has like Matic and what's the guy who was playing for Arsenal? Lacazette.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ryan
yeah,
Cherky, that's
but
the guy we could get for
sitting
cheap.
fifth in the league, man. They're sitting behind Nice.
They were like at the start of the season, they were terrible. So for them to even be in fifth is actually kind of crazy. They pulled the Ultras had to have a talk with them
Yeah,
and tell them to perform because they're like Beto said, they're running the risk of their club is run so badly. If they lose and they don't progress, they can go into administration.
mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're in fifth actually is kind of impressive from where they were in the start of the season.
They're 4 points off second place, so it's like between second and fifth is like 4 points.
With these two-legged games, it don't matter where you are.
Yeah.
It don't matter where you are. Like when you get to this part of the season, like I saw somebody do a thing where like they were talking about the playoffs in the NBA, the playoffs in the NFL, the Champions League, and all this. These are essentially different games. They're not even the same game anymore, right? Because of all the things that go into knockout football, the extra time and all these different rules that they have in. They're completely different games. So everybody's dangerous at this stage. I don't know. I just hope that we get our shit together enough that I like to see Matic back at Old Trafford. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
I liked him when he was here. He was one of my favorite players.
Yeah, he was a soldier.
Yeah.
It just, yeah, it just
Lost a step, but he was still solid for us.
yeah. For me, Athletic is more scarier than Leon for me. Again, another Spanish team, another team that's sitting 8 points behind Real Madrid in the league. They're a lot
They're
more
fourth,
scary
right?
to me than Leon, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look
And
at
it goes to show, man. I kind of wish we'd lost our last game in the Europa League bit. We would have been stuck on the other side with Tottenham.
You know,
But we're
we
still
got some
unbeaten.
guys coming back from injury. And God, I don't want to do this to
Yeah, but here's a
myself.
question, right? Since those players have gone out injured, barring Ahmed, have we really missed them? No.
We haven't missed Mount.
I'd say
I'm not gonna
bar
say,
Ahmed, we haven't.
yeah, because I still don't know what Mount can do. I still don't know.
Oh, I know
he
what
can do.
Mount can do. I just don't
Do
know if
you?
Mount can stay fit. Yeah, I know what Mount can do, especially in
For
this
Chelsea.
system. I just don't think he can stay fit is the problem.
What did Mikey say? He can press up front. Or I said that he can press.
Boy,
up
he can. Boy, you seen that guy press? Woo! Stay on you like white on rice.
Yeah, but that's what Amorim wants, right? He wants that press.
Pressing is a prerequisite to football in today's time. So you better do that well if you want. If you don't want to work at Amazon.
Yeah.
Well,
He doesn't do it very well. That's why
I'll
he
say everybody that work at Amazon. That's not a knock at them, but I'm just saying, like,
no,
you gotta
yeah.
press. You gotta.
Well, our team doesn't press. That's why he changed his tactics to stop the high press.
Oh no, that's why we say they all suck, and that's why
Yeah.
we're in 15th because they don't.
I've got
So,
a
like-
question for everyone though.
Yeah.
Do
Go ahead.
you think now that kind of like last year, right?
Mhm.
Erasmus went on this dry spout. He didn't score. He scored a goal and he went on a really good run. Do you think that he scored at the wrong time with a 2-week break, or do you guys could possibly see him going on a run now that he's got a little bit more confidence? The last 2 games have been pretty decent for him. He
He's
finally
feeling
goes
himself
well.
in training. I'll tell you that much.
I'm
He's
happy he's
training.
going on
Head high.
international break, and hopefully he scores about 2 or 3 goals in international break and really gets his confidence and comes back with a little bit, little swag to him. Because we know the striker position is someone where, like you said, as a quarterback, you need some completions. You need to see the ball getting thrown into the receiver's hands. You need to start reading plays better. And he definitely might go on this international break and score about. I'd like to see him score about 3 goals. 2
Who's
to
he play
3.
for? Denmark?
You think Denmark's
Yeah,
picking him
Denmark.
this round?
Oh, that both their games are against Portugal.
yeah, that's
Oh,
for
that's
me,
the Nations League, right?
Yeah,
I'm
they've
saying
got the
opposite.
quarterfinal National League.
Yeah, Mikey.
How does Denmark get Portugal and England's playing like Transylvania?
Because
Nations League, they suck.
because we were in the Nations League second division, we got relegated, so we have to qualify for the World Cup. Whoever's in the whoever's in the Nation League at the top, I think it's the top 2 automatically qualify for the World Cup. That's why they're still playing the Nations League, League One.
All I can say is
That's
Jamaica's
right.
coming.
I was gonna say, real quick, since we're at the hour mark, and I know we're not, we can go as long as we want.
We're
you know
not
what I'm saying?
beholden
We
to
don't-
the hour mark anymore.
You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to tackle this story about Kobe Manu and him being on the precipice of being sold. United are said to be confident that several planned or possible departures will bring in the required funds to spend big at the end of the season, with Manu seen as a candidate alongside the likes of Victor Lindelof, Casemiro, Eriksson, Marcus
Mhm.
Rashford, and Antony. Having clearly found themselves in a battle to retain Manu, United are open to parting ways during the summer, with Florian Plettenberg stating the Red Devils see his sale as a potential route to funding a spending spree this summer. Manu is approaching the final 2 years of his contract. Whether United hold a 12-month extension clause has never been confirmed, and the drama surrounding his continuation with the team is ramped up by claims he's already planning to reject all offers of fresh terms in favor of taking his talents overseas. Previous reports have stressed United would value Manu at around £70 million if they find themselves forced to cash in. So
Who wants to jump first?
this story has legs. When we
Okay.
first
I
talked
think it's
about
a
it,
bullshit story.
when we
I'll
first
jump
talked
in
about
first
it,
real
I
quick with
said,
it.
when we first talked about it, I said, you got to ask for that money when you're in the last part of your deal, right? I still don't think he's worth. The source of that story was talking out of his ass. It's everywhere, though. It's everywhere.
It's not in one
It's
place.
everywhere. It's not. It's
everywhere.
not.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
not. Just, yeah. It's everywhere now.
And
I'll
I
go,
know
I'll go
we.
first with it.
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
Sean.
So I think we'll get minimum 50, 60 million for him. I think we will. I think he's a young, exciting talent. Now, because he is a youth academy player, that's triple technically what we can't spend. So you're looking at what 180, 180 million that we're able to spend because he is a youth academy player. The kid doesn't look like he wants to stay. So I'll be sad to see him go, but if the kid is at this age already given problems with the amount of money, you got to admit, like DeLitt is on less money than he wants, right? Lenny Euro is on less money than what he wants. You know, Aiden Heaven, like all these young talented players are on less money than what he's on. Garnaccio's on less. Like, you got to understand, Man United don't want to go down that route anymore, and he has to understand that. And if he wants to leave, then let him leave. I'll be sad to see him go, but you're a young, exciting, talented player who is going to get us a lot of money, and a lot of money is going to be able to be spent if he goes. So, unfortunately, let him go.
Excuse me.
And let's not get
Let
things
him
twisted.
go.
He is injury prone. His first season at Man United last season, yes, he was out got injured in preseason, was out till November. He's been out, 3/4 of this season already with injuries? And when he has played, he hasn't played too well. So he is injury prone. Like most of his career as Man United in the first team has been out injured.
Anybody else? I'm on the opposite spectrum of that.
Yeah. So for me, it's the same. It's you're calling me a generational talent. I have to look. Oh, I almost fell over. I have to look at guys like, I don't know, guys younger than me making more money, or bums like Luke Shaw making money, and I'm gonna ask for the money. Now, yeah, he should go if they can't meet his demands. He should go, and I'll be sad, and I'll move on. It'll be fine. But you gotta ask for the money because, like you said, he is injury prone. And when you go out to injury when playing these sports, you realize, hey, this is small time. This is less than a quarter of my life I'm gonna be spending playing this game. So you got to ask for the money. You got to ask. I think they probably land a little bit somewhere close, maybe around like 130, 140. And I think that's respectable for him. None of these reports are saying that they won't land on something that he likes, but you got to start off high. Anytime you negotiate anything, you have to start off high. You just have to, as long as the price isn't fixed. So you're going to spend that money on someone, though. Like, I just love how we think that we're just going to keep finding these diamonds in the rough for 25 and 30 million. Man United's going to have to flash the cash to get to that second level, but it's not going to be right now.
It won't be this summer.
Jerm.
So my thing, I was just thinking about it, like, is this more money driven or more like system driven? Like, does he see himself fitting in the Amorims system or the money? So it seems more as the money side of it. Like, he's a young player. He wants to get paid according to what like the market says for him as a top talent, but it seems like United is not going to, maybe if they don't budge with him, then it looks like he wants to get his money elsewhere. And if that's the case, I'm going to be a little bit bummed out, but seeing the way Amorim has been able to mold youth, I'm putting faith in Amorim and maybe not finding another world-class player, but finding a player that's going to fit his system. And I'm riding with the coach on this one and more so the team blindly. I am going to be sad to see Mino leave, though. I would like him to stay if they can find out a number, a figure that fits both parties. But if it doesn't, man, it's business. He's going to have to get his money, and he's going to get his money elsewhere.
Ronaldo, boss.
I think definitely a system thing because when he was playing, Amorim made public he was not happy with the way Manu was tracking back. You know, he wanted a little more aggression from him. So. And that's one point. He tried him in a 10 that worked really well against a bum squad, but he looked electric doing it.
Yeah,
he looked electric doing it. So he could play there as one of the 10s. But if he's playing in the mid with Ugarte or whoever else is playing the DM, he's gonna have to run. He's gonna have to run. He's gonna have to press. So that's something that he has to fix. And he's 19. He's young. He's talented, but he has to be able to change and be receptive to changing. And it's a modern game. You have to press. And there have been games where I've seen Manu kind of jog back. I mean, I don't know if it's like you want to call it a smart run or just he just wasn't being intense enough, but he was jogging back to try to catch up with the attack. It was a little better than a Rashford red, but I still wanted him to like, yo, why are you jogging? Basically. So that's part of the reason where if we could sell him for 50, 60, or if someone's crazy / desperate, I won't call it desperate because I think he's going to be mint. He's the stockport state off. If we get 70 million for him, it's going to break my heart and see him go, but that's $70 million. I rather keep him because I rather sell Garnacho because Garnacho's position, you could find another guy like that. I don't think we could find another guy as easily with the in the mold of a CM like Kobe Mino. And that's like reason. Besides him being a home guy, that's like reason number one why I wouldn't want to sell him.
Not according to Beto. Not according to Beto. What he mentioned. You want to read out what he said?
Yeah, go ahead.
He said Montato and Ibra Magov play the same position, and Sekou, Kone, they can all replace him.
You know who I go get for Garnacho? Mohamed Kudus.
I sure would too.
I go and get Kudus. He's on a bum side, and he's 24 years old.
Yeah, he's
strong,
I can't believe it.
Fast. He knows what to do with the ball, and he'll work out on that little half 10, half winger side over there.
Just for the simple fact,
go get Nico Williams.
For the simple fact, Ten Hag didn't select him over Anthony, we should jump him at a pub.
What my thing is though is what is Kobe's best position?
Well,
the 10.
Is it a 10? Because if it's a 10, there ain't no room for him really as a 10. Well, it's just not. Like Zersky's come on, tell me Zersky's not playing.
I'm not playing
well
Zersky
right
over Manu. No way.
Why?
Well,
no way.
Why?
We don't know Kobe's best position.
Has Kobe Manu showed you enough in a 10 position that he can play better than Zersky right now?
No, he hasn't. Zersky.
What?
He's shown me more than Zersky.
What, as a 10? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. As an 8, yes, but not as a 10.
Just in November, we all wanted Zersky to leave.
Yeah, because he was. Yeah, I was one of them, but he's proven me wrong right now.
To leave.
What?
I've never wanted Manu to leave. Ever.
I don't want Manu to leave, but what I'm saying is he's 10's not his position. He does. I don't. Think
you said let him go.
Who? Zersky?
Kobe.
Yeah, I said let him go. Like, I don't think he fits this system. I don't. I'm going to be with Ronaldo. I don't think he fits. I'm not saying that I don't think he plays as a 10. I don't. He's not shown anything. He's played, 2 games there and got injured? And you were right. He played well against a shit team, shit team. So, has he shown enough?
He has a 10 or 8.
I thought
he just has to change his aggression.
What's that?
Go ahead, Ronaldo.
No, I'm just saying he could play as a 10 or 8, but he has to be more aggressive. That's what he has to change. And he has to
I'm gonna say as of right now, I'd rather play Zersky as a 10.
To your point,
now,
Sean,
I'm not saying in the future, but right now, I'd play Zersky as the 10.
To your point, Sean, Zersky was playing. You can say out of position. He was playing in the 9th spot, not in the 10 when we wanted him out of here. So now we're where he's supposed to be playing as a 10 more so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a few things we have as advantage.
Hey, Beto's with me, by the way.
Is that not the same argument for Manu though? Because we've been trying to find where he has to play, and then last year when he was performing and scoring all these goals, he's in his second year. Yeah, he is. He's went downward and he's gotten hurt. But
different system.
So we're basically saying that Zersky is a better player than Manu
right now. Yes.
Kobe.
No, I'm not. No, whoa. Let me rephrase. Overall,
okay.
No, but right now I would play Zersky over. I would play Zersky as of right now. If Manu came back to the team tomorrow, I'd play Zersky over Manu in a 10 every day of the week.
Fair.
Damn, very long. The main.
Thank you, Jordan. It's crazy. It's hyperbolic. But go ahead.
One thing we have is we shouldn't be rushed with Kobe. He's on the contract to 2028, and we
He's
get an
19
extension.
years old.
2026.
No, 26.
Yeah. I
So it
heard
has to be rushed.
2028 today.
No, it's
There's
2026.
2 more years.
No, it's
So
28.
Well, 2 more years.
Sorry, no,
I
27.
say
Yeah, but if
give
we
him
don't sell
another.
him
I
real quick,
say
Casey,
give
if
him
we don't sell
another
him in the summer,
preseason. Give him a preseason under Emery. Kobe came from Europa. He wasn't even playing good for Eric Ten Hag when he came back. He might have shot his wall. He might be burned out. I mean, he's not the only British England international came back. Phil Foden is dead. Where is he at? And we don't
Phil
even know.
Foden's always been shit.
And no one talks about it, right? No
No
one
one
talks
talks
about it.
about it.
that
So
fall
we-
off needs to be studied.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
player of the year last year, wasn't
Right.
He was
So
player of the year last year. To say he's always been shit is crazy. He's
For
100
England,
goals
he's
at
always been
24 years
shit.
old.
For England,
yeah,
he's
I
always
can't say
been
he's
shit.
always
He
been
scored
shit.
1 goal
Well,
for
for
England.
England. For
he? Yeah,
England.
yeah, for England.
He's only ever scored 1 goal for England.
England
1 goal.
shit.
The point is, I would like to see him go through a preseason with Amarin. I like to see him get a little bit more intense training. Kobe's not a strider like Ronaldo saying. He doesn't run back. He's more quick twitch. He's not a galloper. He's not going to chase anybody down. But we don't know.
And
You know,
that's why
he's been playing injured. Guys, he's 19.
that's
We were calling him a generational talent last year. Now we're like, get rid of him. He's done. Let's get rid of
April-
him.
Let me
April
say this,
19th
right?
is his
If we
20th
don't get rid of
crazy,
him in the
bro.
summer, Casey,
Okay.
he only has
I'm willing
one.
to risk it. I'm willing to
What, for
risk
1 year
not
left on
getting
his
rid of.
contract to get
I
rid of
wouldn't
him for
willing to
4?
risk not getting rid of him one year
We can't
because
do that because then we end up in Liverpool situation where they're about to lose their 3 best players for nothing. You can't do that.
Those
If,
guys
if
I'm
we
willing
don't
to
sell
risk
him this
it.
summer, you're willing to risk only getting 30 million for Kobe Mainu a year later. If
I'd
he
rather sell a bunch
imagine
of
if he
guys
doesn't
before
play
I
well
sell
next
him.
season. Just imagine if he doesn't play well next season. You're getting 20, 30 million.
I'm
for him.
willing to risk it.
I get you,
No,
Sean.
you can't.
So
That's how
while the
you
stock
lose
is
money. That's how
high.
you get out of business. Look
So
at
while the
Liverpool.
stock is high. It's not that you want to get rid of him, but Sean is saying like he wants to be more pragmatic about it and sell him while the stock is a little higher as opposed to later down the road where.
But I think
Be a little bit
Ineos
more
thinks
desperate.
like Sean, though.
That's why
I
I
think
like him.
Ineos thinks like Sean.
'Cause he's
Like,
just because he's.
I think Ineos is on the same thing. Let's get the money from him now. Just dash him away. Go get money and go get who?
What happened? Look at what if we had sold Rashford 2 years ago instead of giving him a new contract. Now we're
Yeah,
gonna get
but-
now we're gonna get 40 million
So
for him.
you're
instead
saying
of 100.
Kobe's gonna have a shit attitude like Rashford?
He already has one. He wants 180,000, dude.
Who said? But that's
We don't know that.
Having a
negotiations.
bad attitude
For a kid
crazy.
that grew up a Man United fan, sitting there in his Man United jersey, knowing full well Ineos are not going to give him the money. And
This
then
work
there's
ain't
all these
cheap, bro.
people
This work ain't
What?
cheap. This work ain't cheap, bro. That's what he's
it's
saying.
cheap.
Sean.
Yeah, they're all overpaid anyway. What's the difference?
No, but hey, man, like Mikey
You
said,
put too much faith in this Florentine Pettigo dude.
He only got
Who?
so much time to be able to get all this to get his racks, man. So I
Well-
understand that.
Let me get this straight. So knowing your worth is having a bad attitude? What's a good attitude? Playing for pennies? Being on 20,000?
I'm sorry. It's 120 grand a week.
Yes,
pennies?
for a football player. For a football
Well,
player,
yeah,
it's
that's
shit.
the fucking
For a
problem, isn't
football
it?
Player. If
That's
you're a
the
mailman,
problem.
yeah, that's too much money. But be realistic. These guys get M's. So yes, it's called a market.
He's
Sean.
the England international.
It's called a market.
These
It's called a
spots he
market.
paid for England.
You have to get what
Did
the
he
market dictates. And I
What?
hate capitalism, but that's how capitalism works. You got to get what the market dictates.
Yeah, socialism bullshit
I'm,
over here.
A man makes 120K. I
the fuck
think
outta
that's why
here
they
with
don't
that
want to give him
shit.
more than that.
Yeah, you're
I
not
think
saying
Kobe should
nothing.
be
You're
a-
like, having a bad attitude is evaluating yourself and saying, hey, I would like this
Dude.
amount of money.
If I was a player in his position, I'm 18 years old. I
But you
grew up
ain't.
a Manchester
You
United
ain't.
Man United fan, right?
No,
You grew up a
You
Man United fan. I've had 2 injury-prone seasons.
you're not him.
I've played decently. This season, not so well. What I'm looking at, if I'm going to the coach, is not going, hey, I want 100. I'll be like, hey, I want 120, but let me renegotiate this contract in 2 years. Maybe I'll get some more if I start playing better. If I can continue on this path. He
That could be the
knows
situation.
full well, Man United are not
Still
going to
could be
give
the
him
situation.
180 grand. He knows full well they're not going to give him it. Shit, Lenny Euro's on less than 100 grand.
Is it fact that he asked
And
for
Lenny
180?
Euro, yeah. What's that? Sorry, Ronaldo?
Is it a fact that he asked for 180? Because I
Yeah.
think that was That was
It ain't
That's
fact.
man.
that's the
It ain't
report. The
fact.
one at
We
180.
don't know for sure that's access. That's
Because
crazy.
you remember it was a fact that we had Coinda lined up, and that was a done deal.
It was lined up.
All I'm saying is I don't like this idea that like if you value yourself at a certain amount, now
It's
you have a bad
negotiation,
attitude.
Sean.
But if
It's
he
a
values
sticker
himself
shock.
at that, I can value myself at 400 grand a week. Don't mean I'm getting it.
Brother, you are this man. This guy is being called a
I'm on
generational
about
talent for
my
England.
sales
You
job,
don't know
man.
you don't know what that's like. None of us know what that's like to be
Here
able
it
to make
is.
money with our feet. Nobody knows. So that's what I'm saying.
Whether you're
I'm like,
making money with your feet, with your mouth, with your hands, it don't matter. If I
Ooh,
walk up to
Oh,
my boss
dirty.
today
You dirty.
and I
Yo,
say
yo,
I
okay.
want to go,
Hey,
I
hey,
want to go
hey.
make,
Shut
I
up,
want a
shut
30
up.
grand pay raise because I'm doing well. My boss is gonna be like, "Go fucking find another job."
yes, and then
Simple fact. I don't care if
that's
it's
the
with your
difference.
feet.
That's the difference. That's the difference between people who get what people give them and other people who bet on themselves. Me, I go into the office and I say, "Hey, my work dictates X, Y, and Z, and I want this much next year. You either match it or I leave." That's what it is. And
Yeah,
Is
but
this-
eventually, jobs
What-
stop giving you
this is
it.
what we say in the South. We say, "Closed mouth don't get fed." So you better ask
It's a
for
little
it.
sticker shock,
Man, ask it for
Sean.
here. You heard what I
It's a little
said.
sticker shock. You know
See,
you're
wake
gonna get
up
a
in
car,
bed.
they hit you with that hat.
Yeah, but
You
when
gonna-
your boss, when employees start seeing that resume and you're only there for 2-3 months, employees are gonna be like, I
Oh
you.
boy, you're off the
Get outta
Kobe.
here.
You're off Kobe, huh?
No,
He's a
it's
company
not that I think
man.
he's a
He's a
bad
company
player.
man.
I just don't think that he should be asking for 180. I don't.
This
Don't
is
ask for
agent
it.
business. This is agent
You get what we
business.
give you.
What?
You get what we give you. Don't ask for. How dare you ask us for money? You know we
I'm
ain't
not
got
asking
it.
for
No, don't
money.
be like that. Don't
The
be
kid's
like
You know
18
that.
we
years
ain't
old,
got it.
man.
How dare you ask? You will
I
get
think
this
it's
and like it.
I think it's
Beto said it
agent.
correctly. All players around his age are making 115. He wants another what? 70
Okay,
million
but they're
because what
just
is an
doing a little
international?
sticker shock. They're just doing a little sticker shock. See,
Delit is on less than him, and he's an international. Delit is on less than him.
Kobe's an
If he
international
gets
too.
What?
Kobe's
Delit's
an
more of an
international
international.
too.
Delit's a Champions League winner.
I
Come
know,
on,
but
man.
So
You
we
want-
should have paid him more. So we should have paid him more then.
It's not about. We don't have the
okay,
money.
Okay.
We
okay,
don't have
all
the
right.
money. What do
All
you
right.
guys not understand? We don't have the money. United are not going to pay for it. So at the end
Yeah,
of the day, he
we
knows
know
United
that.
are not going to pay for it.
I'm using that argument against you because you're like, they've done all this, so they've warranted the money that they should have getting more money, but we can't pay them, right? Right?
What-
We
no,
can't
but
pay
yeah, but
them.
but you have the respect enough to go. Oh, I don't like. Okay, you can't pay me that. Then I'll go, or I sign.
We haven't gotten to that point yet, Sean. We're only in the first part of it. We
It's
haven't
for
gotten
me,
there
like
yet.
sell him. I
you're
don't care.
already saying, go, get out of here. We haven't
He's
gotten to
doing
the
this
second part yet.
18. What's he going to do in 4 years' time? Bye.
We
See you.
don't know. We don't know that. We don't
He's
know
doing
what
it
he's going to
18.
do. We don't know what he's going to do in 4 years' time. All we're saying is, with all the facts given now, you ask for what you want, and then you land somewhere around that. That's how negotiations go. The fact that you ask for it doesn't mean that you have a bad attitude. That is a defeatist mentality. I would never even tell my kid that. I would say, yo, shoot for the stars. And wherever you fall after that is where you fall. And if you like it, if you don't like it, you leave. Me personally, in the last 6 months, I've been going to job, and I've gotten several offers. And guess what? I'd be like, go fuck yourself, because I'm not taking this amount of money. I have degrees and training. I'm going to go for where it is. I asked for this much. You don't like it, then I go. And that's what everybody should be doing that. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Don't take what you think you should get. No.
let me
That's
ask you
not
guys
negotiation.
this:
Man eats man world, man. Man eats
if
man
we
world.
got, if we gave Kobe,
Yeah, that's why I
if we
got bad money.
if Kobe got down to 130, would you guys still sell him?
No,
I'd say
I'll take him on
140.
130. I will give him 130.
I give
All
him
right,
140.
all right, we can work with that. You
Well,
don't know.
We don't, that's the other part. We haven't gotten to that part yet where they're gonna land. If they come back and they're like,
I think
all
they
right,
are. Do you not
we
see the
offered
reports
him,
today?
we offered him 140 and he didn't take that, then we'd be like, all right, he's tripping now, because that's crazy. We all agreed that 180 is crazy. We all agreed on that. That's a crazy amount. But if he comes back on the second offer and they say,
Yeah, we all agree on that.
yeah, if it comes back on the second offer, it says 140 is nuts, then like, all right, bro, you could just go.
But
to
what I'm
just-
saying is, if you go back to the reports today, they've already landed on it. You're saying like you're being sold.
I don't know about Petty. I don't know.
I looked at those reports, and we haven't gotten a second offer from the
There's been a
Man United.
counter
Haven't
offer. It
made the
hasn't been a
second
counter
amount yet.
offer yet. Hasn't
They
been a
haven't done
counter offer.
the counter yet. So like that's what I'm saying. Let's at least let them counter first before we start telling people they should get what they deserve.
He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, that's
we all agree in that 180.
You've never negotiated for anything in your life, have you?
Me?
Yeah,
what do you think I do for a job?
I'm saying. So why don't you understand that this is what you do? This is what you
isn't
do.
there? Don't you negotiators always come with a high sticker shock first and see what test the ground, and then you be like, all right, let's work our way down to it.
Yes, but I don't come in with an unrealistic offer first. No.
Well,
I don't come in.
You must never try to buy a car.
No. Buy a car? No. I always get what I want when I get a car.
Yeah, but they always come with that crazy number. I'm like, you guys are cheap and dope. I'm out. And they're like, no, Mr. Gale, sit down.
Hey, at the end of the day,
I agree with that, Mr. Green. You said bet on yourself by having an incentive-laden contract. 100%. 100%. But you have to start off at a certain number. I'm sure all these guys we named that like their agent started off with a way higher number than what they came down to.
Shit, Bruno got. Well, that's Bruno. I shouldn't put Bruno into this.
I'm saying, like, we named Delict, we said Euro, we said all these people in the chat. That you start off with a good number, and then you get down to and then you say, then you dictate. You know what? Yeah, this is good for me.
Cool. You know who was if the Murtaugh and those guys were here?
He got 200.
He got the
180.
Please don't leave us.
You wanted 250? Oh, they gave you 250.
Oh, we were gonna give you 400. All right, cool.
With no incentives, it doesn't matter. Here, you get that all guaranteed.
Listen, my God!
I'm not trying to be angry. I'm just saying I don't like this.
I get you.
Message.
I get your point.
I don't like this message that you shouldn't be asking for that. You have a bad attitude. That's not has nothing to do with attitude. That's everything to do with negotiation. You ask for what you think you're worth, and then you find a good sweet spot in between that. And I think 140 would be enough for him. Should be enough for him at that point. 140 should be after 140. You're tripping. Now you're tripping.
Yeah.
All right. Last question on this Kobe thing. Who would you rather sell, Kobe or Garnacho?
Garnacho.
Yeah.
Nothing about it.
Yeah, you really got to look at who has the highest. You look at right now who's going to have the highest. Like I think Garnacho hit that age. What is he? 21 now. I think I think Kobe has a better ceiling than Garnacho does.
Oh my God.
Yo, Beto is so funny, bro. Beto says not Anthony. He said 200. United said you got it.
Got it. Ajax said 89, and United were like, you got it.
So I would just have to see how much I would get for both, right? If I won, what would I get for Garnacho as opposed to Kobe? And I think I get more money for Garnacho for some reason.
I just think you can find another Garnacho easier than you find another Mino. So
he's right there in West Ham. The next Garnacho, he's right there in West Ham, and he's 5 years older than him, 4 years older. He's waiting for us. He's from Ghana. He's waiting for us.
Wow, we were supposed to get on that. This was a good show. We're supposed to talk about this 5% ticket increase.
Let that be the last thing, and we end it.
All right, let's do that. So they came out with the 5% ticket increase. I've talked to a lot of people that weren't really that, I don't want to say bothered, but people understood it. I think people thought it was going to be a lot more. I think the main people who seem to be in the uproar are a lot of the support groups because they wanted to be included on the decision. But it just seems like something has to happen in today's time. I mean, Manchester, I'm not saying I'm for it, but Manchester United has had some great ticket pricing compared to other clubs. And, when you are stateside red, you understand ticket price increasing. So I think for Americans, we understand it. A lot of Mancs I've talked to over the last couple of days, they've all come to terms with it. So, guys, you tell me.
It's $250 a ticket, right? I believe that on the season tickets holders. I think it's $2.50. Man, that's not even a fucking shitty ass pie from Old Trafford. So it's a lot less than what it could have been.
Yeah, it's a lot less.
You know
It's
what
a
I
few
mean?
things. It's a 15% increase on parking. It's a few
No.
other price
What
increase
parking?
outside of that.
What parking? There ain't no parking at Old Trafford.
Yeah, there's no parking.
That's what they said.
There's a disabled parking that they went up on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like that's where one of the highest that you have to pay already, and that they go. See, guys, I'm sorry, I actually read the articles, so there's other
Well, I
things.
No,
read
no,
it
you're
too.
good. That's good. That's good. That's what we're here for.
There's
Learn.
other things there's other. I'm just messing around. I'm just playing around. But there's other things that's going up. But here's my thing. I'm looking at it from an American perspective, right? We're so used to getting fucked for tickets. So it's like every year our tickets go up for whatever one other reason than the other, right? So it's like that's cool, but I think the biggest deal was that the supporters groups were just mad that they're
They
just like,
weren't.
no, you didn't tell us this is what you're gonna do. We had this big
Yeah.
uproar just last week. You announced the stadium, and then you come with this right after. So it is what it is. You can't stop these things, and people aren't gonna not go. They're not gonna not buy their season tickets, So
Hey, we just paid $150 for a freaking preseason game. So
who paid $150? That's crazy.
with taxes, that's what it cost.
My ticket was free.
Well, yeah, what did it say?
Your ticket was free.
That ticket was free, man.
Yeah, everybody else paid $150. Now I will say this, though, I don't know how it happened. Like the tickets were supposed to be $175. I got it for $120. The $150 is because I had to pay the freaking Ticketmaster fees. But
Yeah,
the ticket was
Ticketmaster.
$120. So hey, we got $55 off somehow.
You don't
And that
want to
same-
know what we pay for
That
tickets
same
out here.
fee for Atlanta United is like $200.
I got front row seats too, boys. Front row seats.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt it could have been worse.
Yeah,
And I was sitting 9 seats behind me.
I know the top 4 rows, the top 6 rows behind the players, they're gonna make those VIP seating too. They're gonna move those people out of there. And that's one thing that sucks if you're a season ticket holder. Have you seen how they got the plaques on the chairs with your name?
Yeah.
Those people have been season ticket holders for over 25 years. And there's a lot of them. Wow, when you look at the stadium, you see all the silver plaques all over the place. It's like, damn, 25 years season ticket holders? So
It really
those
does
people-
suck, but
when you're moving
You
those
know,
people
remind
out from
me-
behind their seats that they've sat behind the team, that kind of sucks because they're just putting them in some other spots.
I really
That's a-
do hate that it's come to it, but it's also an unfortunate necessary considering where the club is. I hate it. I'm never going to agree with it, but I also understand from the business perspective side of things. Like if you want to, it's going to help get players this summer. It's going to help pay, 140 grand a week for a contract. It is what it is. It's an unfortunate necessary because considering where the world is with inflation right now, man, like it's an unfortunate necessary.
Yeah.
If this thing doesn't change, right? If our situation doesn't change in the next few years, like I'd say I'll give it another 4 or 5 years, right? If we're not constantly getting up there, it's gonna be hell to pay.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
There's going to be so much. People lost their jobs. People lost their seats. People had to pay more for this, that, X, Y, Z. I'm sure there'll be a couple more hikes, and the product on the pitch has to change.
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
with everything going on.
No, I agree. It's just, like I said, it's
Jerm, you want to jump in there?
I mean,
You're the banker.
I'm a stateside red over here, so I'm used to getting gypped on tickets, man. I'm trying to get Dodger tickets, and for a damn Heritage night, you got to put a code and you got to pay an extra like almost $50 just to get a jersey that used to be free before.
Oh, it's LA, man. You know how it is.
Exactly. So we're used to that, but it's exactly. It's like $40 for parking, and then just to get into the stadium, $20 for a beer. So by the time you're in there, you're not even in your seat yet, and you've already like racked up like $300 just to like
for
get
real
in on a regular season game. Nosebleed seats, granted.
Laker nosebleeds are $450.
Yep. So I mean, That's what we're used to over here.
Let's imagine the
Random-
Garden.
I'm not trying to be insensitive to people out there locally in Manchester, but that's
Let me
crazy.
mute this.
That suck.
Hey, Mikey, can I ask you a question? Am I correct in thinking that the Mercedes, and you'd be able to add us to this too, Ronaldo, that the Mercedes-Benz Stadium has like $6 beers because it's the owners
Uncle
have
Arthur, baby. Uncle
Yeah,
Arthur hooks
so
it
our-
up.
our-
Yeah.
Really?
Our billionaire, he's a little bit benevolent, even though he's also a fucking prick that does a lot of shady shit. But he will give us decent. I mean, I paid.
Concessions are really good.
Yeah, the concessions are good and they're good quality. And you can get your hair cut in there if you wanted to.
Shit, let's get
$6
drunk on the
for
United game.
beers.
Yeah. You can get hot dogs for like $3.
Yeah.
You could get cheap. You could get cheap food in there. You could get pricey food in there.
Casey, you
They
better
just-
be coming to
And that's,
Atlanta.
and that's
They did.
that's a lot of
they,
United games. That's Falcon games. That's
they can manage to do stuff like that because they'll like have the city put rocks in places where homeless people are so they can't sleep near the stadium. So it is what it is.
At least
So-
got to take a playbook out of that.
Jeremy and Case, are you guys coming to the game?
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
that looks
I'm
like
right.
That's a TBD. Yeah, I'm looking into it. I am.
When is the
Cheap
date?
Flight, man. Cheap flights.
Sunday, August 3rd.
August 3rd. We're gonna
What
have
month we in right now?
Look,
What do you say?
we got the banner.
Good.
We got
Casey
shit
just
going
got
on.
back.
Yeah, man. If I'm alive, I might go.
You do live in LA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 53 years old. Y'all, listen, I take it day by day, week by week. That's funny. My mom don't like when I talk like that. She thinks that's really bad manners.
Yeah, nice.
Ronaldo, you guys on the ticket increase? Are you shocked, or it's like like Mikey
Shock-
said, the only people uproar is the supporter groups.
I'm shocked they did it. They did 2 in the space of 1 season. I mean, I know it's an extra 250, but still, the optics of it is tough. But yeah, the club's floundering, man. I mean, Glaciers have been running into the ground. We need money. He saved us Christmas time. Bah Humbug came in and threw some money and saved the club. So things are lean. So I mean, people complain. I mean, I hate that people, regular working class people lose their jobs, and we have these players who Ratcliffe came out and said, they're overpaid and whatever. I mean, granted, it's true, but it's still a bad look for your owner to come out and say that too.
Yeah.
So not good.
You
But
just think, yeah.
yeah, but half of that you can't cut these players. They have contracts, and we talk about selling them, but I keep repeating, like, who the fuck's buying Casemiro, dog? Who's buying Shaw? Like, these are top earners. We can't sell these guys because of Glacier mismanagement and Murtaugh and all those guys throwing out these big money contracts that we can't sell off. So we're gonna have to see those out. So the next 2-3 years are gonna be tough, and we're gonna have to do things like raise the ticket prices.
Maybe Kobe's agent's doing us a favor and trying to see if the Glazers are still in charge of the contract. They're like, just throw out a crazy number and see what go on.
That's
Because
business.
if the Glazers are the one to approve these crazy contracts, you might get you 180 on some bullshit.
He'll
So-
fuck around and go to Chelsea because
$2. What's that?
they said he gonna fuck around and go to Chelsea because they're interested and they have the money.
Send Cole
Okay,
Palmer,
I'll
baby.
ask you something about Chelsea. I thought they weren't allowed to do those 8-year long contracts because that's what Quinn is on.
No, yes, but like they're gonna be more strict about looking at it now, right? It's like you can't just say 8 years and it is what it is. It's gonna have to make sense for PSR. It has to make sense.
Chelsea got about 2 good teams on one.
But they
on
put
one
their own
roster.
money in. That's the thing with Chelsea is like they will pay their own money. Like whatever they
own it.
generate, they will match. Like they have no problem with spending that money. They have an infinite money glitch that way. So like,
Dodgers.
Yeah, man, that owner's taking a playbook out of the Dodgers. He's doing that.
You taking the playbook out of the Dodgers for
you guys
real?
are ruining baseball. Are you proud of that?
Are we? No, not necessarily. As long as we win championships, we're
Ruining
just greedy
it.
like that.
I mean,
Ruining baseball.
Sorry,
not the people in Tokyo, not the people
Yeah,
in
they're getting
Japan.
paid what they're worth, right?
Yeah, they ruined
man.
it.
We make money back off so much merch.
But
Shohei Ohtani is not. Is he worth what he?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
then there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He's bringing the
one
whole
season.
country's economy.
We're
He's
getting
bringing
the whole country's
country's
economy. We got
The
two.
Dodgers signed contracts with like
Point,
airlines
point, point.
in Japan, businesses in Japan. That's like a whole country's GDP coming over here just to LA.
And his first season, he was only getting like $7 million.
That's all right. We got to
He
pay him the back
deferred
end.
all the money and was like, "I'll just take $7 million. It's cool." But like, I know I'm gonna get like 800.
But his merch is crazy.
Yeah, I need
His
a
merch
Ohtani shirt.
his merch is going crazy.
Yep. That just goes to like the knowing his worth, just like what you were saying too
Gotta
about
know your worth,
earlier.
man.
We're gonna pay. We have no problems paying him in the back end. No problems.
Bunch of crooks.
yeah, until 9 years down the line, you're not winning.
All right, well, this is not the type of show. We can probably start a Dodger talk, MLB show, and I'll be really rude on that. I'll be going hard, so we won't.
Real
Hey,
quick,
Mr. Green,
Hate
Mr.
LA
Green,
show.
really quick. We're gonna beat you guys Thursday. That's my blind faith, but I'm just telling you, Mr. Green, Canada, you guys are going down. That's all I gotta say.
Wow.
I'm going for Canada.
yeah.
I know. I would like to see it happen. I don't have that faith, but I know that's a different topic. But just letting some friendly banter with Mr. Green.
Real quick, the Quenda deal. Because it happened, Man United have pulled out with their partnership with Jorge Mendes because of it.
Well, really, we're not cool with Jorge no more.
That's not good.
We pulled out their deal. We had a deal with his kind of his company that he's with. We pulled out of it because he didn't notify Manchester. See, the problem with Man United is we need to sell before we can buy, and Chelsea just went. We had an agreement with Quenda to sign him, but Chelsea just jumped in there before we could because we couldn't afford to buy him before.
Well, they had the money ready.
Yes, yeah, and because they didn't notify Man United about the deal, that we could have gone on and got it. He pulled out the deal with them, and also Ineos pulled out the deal with Tottenham too.
Yeah, well, not yet, but they're trying to.
They already negotiated to pull out.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Hey,
so we what happened? Oh, come on, man. All right, well,
you got some sick minds.
Yeah, right. He stayed in the mud, bro. I don't get it. It's crazy.
It gets quiet. Y'all will say something. It just gets so quiet. He negotiated to pull out.
Wow, this show's been long and great. I really love this
great,
show.
Man. It's great to be back. I don't know what happened yesterday, but it's great to be back.
Yeah, yesterday was just a whole. I was busy with work, couldn't get on till the last minute. You were unavailable. It was just a wait for today.
We got more shows coming, more content. We got some things in the works. There's gonna be some more shows between the boys. I know Ronaldo and I are gonna try and do a Friday chat boat show.
No,
we're gonna poke fun at all the news of United. It's gonna be more comical because we're just gonna read some of the way out shit and just have fun with it.
I got stockpile all the way out shit. Twitter's full of that.
So we're still in the works with that.
Real quick. Doubles or a beef patty?
He's starting beef now. And it's doubles.
Doubles for me.
Doubles.
He ain't never had doubles.
You look at his face. You never had doubles?
He never had doubles.
If you come out Atlanta, Casey, I'll have my wife make some doubles for us.
Yeah, but I don't know. You said beef patty, so it's got to be wicked. It's got to be.
What's double? I'm confused.
Doubles?
This rich guy's confused. What's a double?
It's Indian food, basically two kind of fried breads called bara.
Oh yeah, I love bara.
Chickpeas.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Cooked up called chana.
Indian food's my favorite food.
Yeah. Yes, you love it then, Sean.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
Casey,
not over beef patty.
Not over beef patty.
I love it, but not over beef patty.
You see, Mr. Green, he said
double
whiskey and Coke.
Double whiskey and Coke. Double whiskey and Coke. Yeah, especially in Canada, all the way up there, you need that. Hold the Coke and hold the ice.
Closer to Russia than Canada.
Yeah, hold the Coke and hold the ice. Just give me the
Mr.
whiskey.
Green story is ill. He said it's gonna cost him about 10 to 15 grand.
That is bananas.
That's quick, but you know what? If he go and I don't go, I'm a waste man.
Yes, you are.
All right, boys. This is a great show. This is one of those Casual Red shows. I want to thank Mikey, Jeremy, Ronaldo, Sean, Mr. Green. This is your latest show, and to salute our sponsors, BMS, Blorin, Manukian, and Shagidian. It's good vibe during the in-house break and a good run. So we got some more things to talk about. They got their Thursday show coming up, and I'm definitely gonna chime in for that. And all we can say is up the Reds, guys. It's good vibes right now. Amorins got them playing good football. No matter who's it is. Let's not be negative. This is a good time to enjoy some international break. Guys, have a good evening. I'm Case. Salute to all y'all. Peace.